Welcome back to the channel. I am Brad with Fine Tuned, and we are back on this F15 X5. So if you guys haven't seen, we did a part 1, and that's where we did a teardown on this thing. And if you want to watch that, you can actually watch it right in this video right here. But yeah, we're going to continue on this build, and we got a lot of new parts back here. We also got a brand new bumper over there that we're going to put on, and we also have a big brake upgrade, lowering springs, and a few other little pieces to make this thing dialed in. So we're going to get to it today, and we'll start out with finishing this front end, and then we'll work on to the rest of the vehicle. We got the AC condenser in there. It's looking a lot better than the other one. And we just got one little part on the core support that I forgot to get. So I finally got it in, and we'll slide in right now. And basically that just helps direct air into there. And yeah, that looks good on there. I think the next step is honestly putting on the front bumper here. Before I actually want to put on this front bumper, I just want to buff this headlight really quick because it is a little bit pitted on this side, and since we put in this used one looks pretty good too, so I just want them to match a little bit. These headlights cleaned up really good. Both sides match perfectly now. So I think the next step is actually put on this bumper. And we got the beautiful painted bumper over here. So my dad actually painted this for me. He did a really good job. It's got PPG color on it, and then clear coat as well. And yeah, it's just polyurethane paint. And it was not poly, maybe it's just urethane. But it was baked in a booth, so it's all cured and ready to go. And he actually assembled all the drills for me, so we didn't get any footage of that, but they're all on there, and everything is ready to go on this bumper. And it weighs quite a bit. There's a lot of plastic on this bumper. All right, over here we got the wheels off, and we just got to plug in a few sensors here. Well, this is actually a camera, so we'll plug that in, put its clip back in its home. And then down here we have the ambient temp sensor, which gets plugged in down here. Well, that's plugged in, and we'll put the clip in its home too. And then I want to put in the bumper bolts that go up to the fender. And we'll grab our headlight washers. We'll plug those in. And then I already plugged in the park sensors over here. So we should be all good on the front of this thing. Okay, we got everything in there sorted out, so we'll put on the wheel liners next. And we'll put this little triangle piece on. I actually bought this one used on eBay because mine was cracked in this corner. The wheel liners are all in, so now we got just a few parts left on the table. We got this gasket here for the upper bumper. And we'll just walk it on down. Next step is the wheel flares actually, so we'll raise the car up and we'll put the wheel flares on. Grab some of these plastic rivets here. Alright, the front end's all good. This thing looks amazing. I really love the look of this car, especially the M Sports on these. Wow, that looks perfect. The hood lines up great to the bumper, and all our gaps look factory on this thing. I mean, that's awesome. You could hardly even tell a deer hit this thing. Paint match is pretty good, and yeah, this thing looks awesome. And if you guys can't tell, I actually had this thing detailed as well. So my buddy Billy did a full paint correction on it, and he actually sanded it down to like 3000 grit and got a lot of the grime off this thing. And then he did a ceramic coating on it, and yeah, this thing, it's popping. It looks really good. Next steps from here on this thing is we'll actually start by removing the rear wheels, and then we'll put the lowering springs on this thing. And then after that's done, we have some badass calipers to put on this thing. So we'll get to that right now. All right, we got the wheels off. Now it's time to take off these rain trays here. We're just going to get access to these strut tower bolts. So we'll get all these off. Okay, we got our spring and the spring compressor, and replacing the spring is pretty easy to do if you have the spring compressor. So we'll go ahead and compress it down. We'll grab a hold of the center of the shock, and then we'll loosen it up. And these have a very long strut on them, long thread on them. Okay, we got the springs all swapped out. Now it's just reverse procedure, so we'll slap this guy in. Okay, we got the struts all in. It really didn't take that much time at all. So now it's time to put on these rain trays or the cowling. And we'll get this front end all wrapped up. And then we'll move on to the back. The back's very easy. All you gotta do is remove this 21 down here. And you pull the shock collar out. And then what I like to do is grab this ancient jack and I just put it right here and I put it up against the body. Then we'll pull this cover off the top and we'll slide that back in. Then we'll grab our new springs and we'll come to the back and we'll just install them. Put this bolt back in. I'm not going to tighten it up. I'll do that when the vehicle's on the ground because this is a bushing in here. And if you tighten up now, it'll be in the wrong position. Okay, same procedure over here. The lowering springs are on this thing, and I am excited to see what this thing looks like all lowered. So we're going to switch gears here now and go on to the fun part here. We got some beautiful brakes here. These are made by Tony. He's in Louisiana, and he custom painted these for me. They are Porsche calipers. I think they're off to a Cayenne, and they got some very specific brackets to line up to this vehicle. I believe we got, I want to say a 372 millimeter on the front. Not 100% sure on that, but they are directional rotors, so they are vented a certain way. So we'll have to make sure we put it on the right ones. This is going to be an awesome transformation on this F15. So we'll start right with the right front, and we'll get these calipers off and get the new ones on. Okay, we ran into a slight issue when we put on the caliper. It was hitting the shield. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut straight up and straight down, and we should be perfect. We're just having a little bit of a clearance issue, and it was just hitting on this edge here. So if I sand it down ever so slightly, I think we'll be totally fine. You could see the little scratch there that it was hitting on. So we'll Dremel it out and test it again. Okay, we got the caliper on. So we'll tighten these down to 110 Newton meters. We actually can't use that clip anymore because the brake hose extends a little bit longer down there, but I think it'll be appropriate just to zip tie this to this holder here, and it has a nice rubber to actually kind of squish in it. Now it's time to do this side. So it looks like this. Now it looks like to this. Looks awesome. It's time to do the rear brakes now. We'll go ahead and pull out the rear brake pad sensor. Our last corner of the car that we gotta do. So it's going from this to this. To this. Okay, we did a cleanup here. We got all the brakes on. So now we're literally down to wheel spacers, some turning signals for the mirror, and a rear spoiler. So I went ahead and got 25 millimeter rear wheel spacers. And I just run these on the rear just to give it that little extra poke. I never really run them on the front just because, you know, you lose some steering feel and it's not that good for the front in my opinion. Okay, we got the cowling off, we got the brake bleeder attached to the system, and what this does is it just pressurizes the system. That way we could go to each caliper and loosen up the bleeder and bleed the brakes on this thing. If you guys want to see how to bleed your brakes, video right here for you guys. But yeah, we're going to get this knocked out and then get the wheels on after. Okay, we got the surface cleaned off, and then I got some adhesion promoter. And what this does is it promotes adhesion. That rear spoiler actually turned out pretty good. I like it. It just gives it that little touch in the back that, you know, it didn't really need, but it kind of needed. It'll actually look a lot better once the roof rack is gone. I actually don't have a key for it, so I have to order one from Thule. It's very easy on these. The number's on the side, so you just type in these numbers and you order a key on Thule. So if you ever want a roof rack from someone else's car, just buy a key. Now it's time to attack the mirror. And if you see over on this side, I have a broken turning signal mirror. So I actually ordered some sequential ones in here. So we'll get this cap off here and we'll see what it takes to replace this LED turning signal. Wow. Okay, we have access to a turning signal after we remove a camera. Everyone wonders why I'm so agitated these days. It's because I work on BMWs. I literally just want to replace this turning signal. It's literally the last part on this stupid mirror. Take out these two T10s. We'll pop this guy off. And before we even try and put this on, we'll test it just to make sure it's all good to go. Now what? Oh, it's clipped in too. Wow. Not only you got two screws, but you got two clips. Okay, we're here. We'll grab the new turning signal. There we go. Doesn't even work. Alright, so we got this plugged in, and yeah, we had an issue to where these pins weren't sliding in there good, so I just put some dielectrical grease on it and slid in there fine. We'll get this back together. It looks good. I like the sequential on this. Alright, so here's our hazards. Left side is sequential, right side is standard, and the left side is actually very bright. Well, I mean, your right side, my left side. I think I like them, and it's a great upgrade. I believe this turning signal was actually, I want to say it's like $250 from BMW, and I paid like 35 bucks for both of these, so I think I like this better. We'll see how long it lasts though. All right, we got the hazards on the mirrors, and that's way better than the broken turning signal that we had, and this thing looks awesome. Okay, we're just bedding in these brakes. How I bed them in is I go up to 60 miles an hour, and then I do medium brake pedal feel from 60 to about 40. So we did that a few times, and they're feeling really good. I think I do still have a little bit of air in the system, because when I hit it the first time, it kind of sinks down a little bit. But if I pump it up 2 times, then it's like firm right to the top. So that tells me that there is some air still in the system. So I'll probably go back in and bleed them again off camera. The final step is charging up the AC. So right here we got the AC machine on it, and we're pulling a vacuum, and we'll just make sure that it holds a vacuum so we don't have any leaks in the system, and we'll charge it up with Freon, and it should have ice cold AC. It's going to be a wrap for this video. We did a ton of stuff on this vehicle, and the next process from here, or I guess the next step, would be dropping the engine. We'll be doing timing chains on it. We'll be adding a second turbo on it. We'll be doing some tweaks and tuning to it. And yeah, we're kind of slowing down just a little bit. I actually had another kid this past Wednesday, so things are slowing down just a little bit, and then we'll pick back up again and get on this thing. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. We are almost to 5,000 subscribers, which is absolutely awesome, and we'll be growing and making new content pretty much weekly from here. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching.